What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we have just seen a little bit of new info and a little bit of new gameplay from LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. For those who missed it, IGN FanFest has just actually taken place pretty much within the last half an hour as I'm recording this, and so although there wasn't a crazy amount of info, there wasn't anything like groundbreaking or anything like that, but regardless, we did definitely get some new info and, like I said, some new gameplay as well. So it was definitely a good day for us LEGO Star Wars fans. Now I'm going to show the gameplay in the background of this video and pretty much just show the entire presentation that they had, but I won't be necessarily breaking that down. I'm just going to go over sort of the, I guess, overall notes of what they said, but within the next 24 hours, I'm actually going to be doing a full-on breakdown of all the new gameplay, going through every single scene and just seeing what we can find that is completely new and breaking that down for you guys. So if you're interested in seeing that, be sure to turn on those notifications. That will be out, like I said, within the next 24 hours. But anyway, with that being said, let's get stuck into all of the news that we got from today. So at the IGN FanFest, I think LEGO Star Wars took up about 20 minutes of the show, which was actually a fair chunk. We got about 5 minutes of some, little bits of gameplay and some of the developers talking, and then we actually got a 15-minute sit-down interview with the design director for the game. And so, like I said, although there wasn't anything groundbreaking or any, big announcements or anything like that, there was definitely a lot of cool stuff to go through. One of the things that they mentioned right off the bat was that Lucasfilm actually gave them the entire library of content to go through, is in, sound bites, all of the music, all of that kind of thing, meaning that they have access to essentially every single official piece of Star Wars content that has ever existed, and that's going to be able to be put into the game. So there's going to be a lot of like authentic sounds in the game, stuff like blaster noises and Chewie's growl and just a bunch of different noises throughout the game that are completely official. They haven't been remade by the TT Games team. They are literally just from Lucasfilm's entire library. So I thought that was pretty cool. We're going to definitely be hearing some very iconic sounds in the game, and other than, obviously there's some voice actors that aren't the official voice actors in the movies and stuff. Outside of that, pretty much everything else is going to be 100% official from what we've already seen in the movies. They also went on and said that the game has over 100 different gameplay mechanics, which is absolutely mental. Now, some of those obviously can be some sort of minor things, but that's pretty much everything from, blaster mechanics, melee mechanics, there's everything that we can think of. And they said that there's literally over 100 different mechanics. So this game is definitely going to be pretty in-depth. Obviously, in some of the older LEGO Star Wars games, for example, the complete saga and stuff like that, they were very basic games. As fun as they weren't really too deep. All of the characters kind of had the same little abilities, and, all lightsaber characters are pretty much the same as each other, but in this game it does feel like it's going to be a really, really deep, sort of extensive game, so that is definitely awesome to hear. They went into a little bit of detail as well about the sound design, and one thing that they actually mentioned was that there's actually real-time voice processing, and how they explain that is that if a character's talking and they don't have a helmet on, but then mid-sentence they actually put that helmet on, we'll actually get like real-time changes to their voice where they'll sound like they're putting their helmet on, obviously, and if it's a Stormtrooper helmet, obviously all Stormtroopers kind of have that same voice effect, and yeah, that will actually happen in real time. So they've really gone in depth and sort of gone into those, nitty-gritty details that they're not going to be make or break for the game, but those little quality of life, I guess, touches to the game, they really do up the quality quite a bit. So all that stuff that they went through, it definitely shows just how high quality this game is going to be. Now, speaking about the depth and the size of the game as well, they said that there are 12,000 materials that have been generated for the game, 20,000 unique models, and 26,000 different textures. Now, obviously, because this is a LEGO game, when you take those, those numbers into account, that is absolutely mental, considering the fact that, using LEGO pieces for their, the base of their game, at the end of the day, LEGO is just plastic, and a lot of LEGO pieces in real life are obviously very similar to each other, so the fact that they have, 26,000 different textures in the game, that is absolutely ridiculous. I'm not too sure on exact game comparisons, but I know that with other, AAA games out there, that's sort of on par with some of those really high quality games. And so just the amount of depth that they've gone into, the quality, the attention to detail, it is definitely exciting to see. Sort of touching on that even further, they actually mentioned that everything in the game that has a real life, LEGO counterpart, I guess, all of those in-game are actually built with the exact same bricks as they are in real life. So they mentioned that, for example, a Star Destroyer, it's not made with the outsides of it looking like Lego and then the inside is just, filler. A lot of games will do that. They don't actually make the entire ship, it's just like the outside, for example. In this game, they've said that the ships and, pretty much everything in the game is made completely out of exactly the same amount of bricks and the same types of bricks as the real life models. So you guys will know the, the real Lego Star Destroyers that we can all buy and make. Every single brick, if you guys have made those, every single brick that you put into that, that's going to be pretty pretty much the same as in the game. So once again, the attention to detail is just absolutely mental. And touching on the ships, they actually mentioned as well that you can actually just land inside the ships. So in a way, the ships are almost going to be their own location. Obviously, you can try and fight a Star Destroyer, but you can also try and land inside of it. And you can get out, and we see some clips of like Poe landing in a Star Destroyer, and there's an ATST in there and he's fighting it. So it's going to be pretty crazy to be able to almost have those as their own little locations. And one other thing that they actually mentioned that I thought was so awesome is that when you're out in space, if you're traveling to a new planet, for example, there are actually a lot of random interactions that can happen. So you might be heading to a new planet and a Star Destroyer might just come out of hyperspace, and you can actually just sort of get into a battle with that Star Destroyer. So I know I sound like a broken record, but just the attention to detail and the quality and essentially the overall depth of this game, it is looking absolutely mental. And all of the stuff that they went through in this little presentation, it was so awesome to see. Again, none of it was like super crazy details, but they were definitely some pretty cool little tidbits that we learned, as well as that extra bit of gameplay as well. Now, that is pretty much going to do it for this video. Like I said, I will be breaking down that gameplay pretty much right after I upload this video. I'm going to spend the rest of the day just going through that gameplay and trying to see what I can find. I know that whenever new trailers or new gameplay drops, it's always, you know, pretty easy to miss a lot of the hidden little features in the background and stuff like that. So if you guys are keen on seeing that, then definitely be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on those notifications. That will be up within the next 24 hours, hopefully even within the next 12 hours. So definitely keep an eye out for that one. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to leave a like down below. And if you guys are new to the channel, then definitely hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. If you want to support the content that I make here on YouTube, then consider supporting the channel over on Patreon. The links to that are down in the description. But with that being said, thank you all very much for watching. You guys have a great day, and may the force be with you always.